We are in a seller's market, and if you are thinking about selling your house and you don't know which agent to hire, what questions to ask them when you meet them for the first time, well, then this is the video for you, so stick around. This is Danae Hewitt, your go-to DFW realtor with Brico Realty Services. I'm talking to those of you that are thinking about selling your house and you're not sure exactly what you should ask the potential agent that you're going to hire when you meet with them for the first time. Hopefully you've got a couple of agents to choose from. Maybe you're getting recommendations from people, or maybe you've Googled them, but you've got a few agents in mind that you'd like to meet with before you choose one to sell your house. First thing to do is to look them up and do some research. Here in Texas, you can look up real estate agents on the TREC website. That's the Texas Real Estate Commission's website. You can see if that agent's license is active, and you can see all of the continuing education and classes that they have been in and that they have done for their entire real estate career. When you're sitting down with the agent, talk to them and find out how many buyers and sellers they're currently working with, what price range they do most of their work in, because that may help you know if they're going to be a good fit for your home, your area, and in your price range. You also want to look up any reviews that they've received from past clients. And if you want, you can ask them if they can give you the name and address of a former client that they've had. And of course, they'd have to get permission from that client to give you their information. And if you wanted to call a past client, you can see what it was really like to work with them. The next thing to ask them is, do they specialize in a particular neighborhood or area or style of home? So if you're selling a condo, but this listing agent has never bought or sold a condo before, they may not be the right person for you because they haven't done it yet. If you're selling land or if you're selling ranch and you're meeting with an agent that hasn't done that, that may not be the right agent for you either. You really want to find someone that specializes in what you're selling, and ideally in a neighborhood or in an area that they're familiar with. The next thing to ask them is, when I'm working with you, are there going to be other people in your office or on your team that are also going to be in communication with me? Basically, is the listing agent going to be the only person you're talking to, or do they have a transaction coordinator? Do they have an assistant? Do they have a stager? A listing agent may have those people that help them to get a home ready to sell, so you may be in communication with them. So it's always good to ask, are there other people that are also going to be in communication with me when I'm selling my house with you? The next question to ask is, what's your marketing plan? What is your plan? How are you going to market my home in order to get it sold? Right now, again, we are in a super tough seller's market right now. So a lot of the things that listing agents used to do to get homes sold, they're not having to do right now. It's just make the house look fantastic, take some great pictures, put that house on the MLS, and most likely you're going to be receiving offers on it. A lot of the email marketing and videos, and so some of those things may not be necessary when selling a house right now, but when we're not in this aggressive seller's market, you still want to make sure that you have an agent that has some other tricks in their bags in order to get and market your home and get it sold. The next question you want to ask is, what do I need to do in order to get my house ready to sell? So your agent or maybe their stager can come in and give you all the things that you need to do, whether it's decluttering, whether it's moving furniture into storage or into the garage. But you want to make sure that you're setting up your house to make a killer first impression so you can get all of that interest and those offers your way. If you have any questions about what you should do in order to get your house ready to sell, I talk about that in this video right here. The next question is to ask them, what are we gonna list the house for? What price are you thinking if I hire you to sell my house? That real estate agent should bring with them a list of comparable home sales that are close to your home's size and close to your lot size and also close in location, and see which price would be the best price to list your house at. And they should give you those comps so that you have that proof for yourself. Now, with that number, the next question to ask them is, what am I going to net when I sell my house? So we call that a net sheet. The agent is going to take that list price minus what you still owe on your mortgage, if you owe something on your mortgage. They're going to give you a rough estimate of what closing costs are, and that will be a rough net of what you will receive when you do sell your home. I work with a great title company here in Texas called Capital Title, and they have a fantastic app that I've linked in the description below. And you can download that app and you can play with a lot of numbers in there if you are buying a home and if you are selling a home, so that you can get a rough idea of what you would net when you go to sell your home. So check it out. The next question to ask is, if I hire you to be my agent, what is the home sales process? What can I anticipate? What are the next steps? And your agent should be able to tell you that. They should be able to explain the sales process from beginning to end. Every home sale is not the same, but they should be able to give you a rough idea of what happens first, what happens next, what's a possibility here down the line, and then how do we get to the closing table. The entire time you should be able to be asking your agent those questions, and they should be giving you the answers so that you really understand what is going on as you're selling your house. Another question to ask is showings. How are we going to set up showings? How do people get in my house? How do I know that some strangers aren't going to walk into my house? That is a very valid question. So your agent can talk to you about the lockbox that they put on the home and who can access that lockbox, and also that we can track who comes in and out of your home even if you don't have cameras on it. It's another great question that you may not think about, but is super important when you go to sell your house. Can you believe it? Those are the 10 questions to ask when you are hiring an agent to sell your house. Hope you guys got some great information, and if you did, check out this video right here. We'll see you next week.